Welcome, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our 7 days of rest. It's so nice to see your beautiful faces again, Sandra and Khadijah and Tatiana and Julie and Francoise and Denise and Karina and everybody again, Roxanne. Thank you all for continuing to show up and support each other in a field of love to start this new year in a state of presence, offering the quality of our presence into the world. So thank you for coming today. People are just coming in, so I'm just going to, again, simple review of where we are. We're inside the connection field, and the connection field is a virtual community network space and playground. It is that. There is a solid kind of structure on the web that we can play inside of and connect. But the connection field is also this intentional place that we join together in when we're, whether on Zoom calls like this, or we touch in for a moment into the community that we're beginning to feel around us. We're in that connection field. We're in this unified field of awareness that is and always has been there. And we're just finally awakening to our connection to all things. And as we awaken to our connection to all things, we start to really see how important our response is to whatever comes, because we see that's what's manifesting our life. And so in this moment right now, we can just kind of touch into our breath. Be grateful that you're here, that you're setting aside some time to be in heart-centered community, and that there's growing numbers of other people doing the same. And I really want to invite you today to let yourself be nourished. Kind of feel that as I'm entering into the new year and all of the things that are happening today. It's kind of this day where I'm really feeling like, wow, I really need to slow down enough so that I can be nourished and fueled for what's coming. So I really want to invite that today, so that you open your heart and allow yourself to be nourished. And our mission, become an island of coherence, so we can support each other to make this shift from fear to love, from separation to unity. And it's happening from the inside out. And in order for us to ride through it with some grace, we need to be supported in ourselves, inside of ourselves, and in communities of practice. And that's what we're inviting here. It's that, gosh, what happens if we spent a year and we really focused on supporting each other to embody coherence more fully, to choose more love, especially when it's hard? What happens? What would your year be like? What would you be like at the end of the year if you really made a commitment to that? And I know I'm standing here, I'm saying, yes, I really want to see what will happen when we do that together. And how we're going to do that this year is focus on cultivating heart-centered living inside of a community. That's a challenging place, and it's also probably the most supportive place we could do that. And so everything that's being offered in the connection field is really in support of that. And we have a theme every month, and this month's theme is choosing love. And I loved this. I think this was in the article that Julie helped to create. Love is more than a feeling. It's a choice, a practice, a creative force, and an evolutionary act that ripples outward, creating coherence and connection across the globe. And we get to start right now, right here, all together. That's what we're doing, all around the world, connecting our hearts. And as Roland McCready has told us, it's not the number of people that has the impact on their monitors that register, but the quality of coherence of the group that has the greatest impact. So here we are, day 3. And we have one of our kind of founding members of both the connection field and the islands of coherence that came before us. And Khadijah really was like the community mama for the last year. And we've missed her for a little while because she went off to really like nourish herself and advance what she was doing. And she had been offering her meditations regularly in the field. And I think for early members of the connection field, I think Khadijah was the reason you kept coming back. I think she was the reason that you said, there's something special here and I'm going to stay. So we have her today and I'm super excited about that. We also have Tatiana Speed back again and my friend Minoz. And Minoz was driving in the rain, trying to land in time to be with us. And I said, don't worry, let's get Tatiana to come and then you can relax. It's 7 days of rest and come in when you can. So we'll see Minoz when we do. So here we are, guys. I'm going to gallery view because that's my favorite view and just get to take in everyone that's here. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really something. Yeah, Sandra, I just really always love how deeply you feel the field and how much you bring into it. Yeah, beautiful, Julie. Yeah. So I'm going to start by inviting Tatiana to come in so that we can relax more deeply. Music is such an incredible vehicle for us to come into coherence without any effort. Don't you find that to be true? So I'm going to spotlight her video and just welcome everyone. Take a minute. Look, these are the people who are choosing to step up and choose love and make this the best year ever and make their contributions matter. Yeah. All right, Tatiana. Thank you. I love you.
So delighted to be here for the third day of rest. And I'm going to play you guys a lullaby. And this is really an invitation into that felt state of rest. So just inviting your body to soften, letting your breath be smooth and even and deep. Seeing if you can make your exhale longer, which really takes us into that parasympathetic state so that we can soak in this field of coherence and this love that's all around us. We can just rest into the love that's right here, holding us, carrying us, tending to us, healing us, just softening into that frequency. Hush now, come and rest. I'll sing you a lullaby. Hush now, you've done your best. Let the world go by. You can let go of all you carry. I know how much you worry. For this moment, just fall into the love that's holding you. Hush now, let it down. There's no need to be afraid. Hush now, let it go. You are safe. You can let yourself rest a while. Slow down for your inner child. just fall into the love that's holding you. Only love surrounds you now. 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 Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo Kevalam. Only love surrounds you now. Let it hold you. Only love surrounds you now. Let yourself rest into this love, into this coherent space of wholeness, seeing what in your body can rest even deeper, receive even more nourishment. Only love surrounds you now. Only love surrounds you now.
Let's all send our little, oh, thank you so much. That's the feeling of being in a field like this, is that actually love surrounds us, that we can get nourished by this collective field, and we don't just have to rely on just our own fuel. We can actually allow ourselves to get fueled up in this field. Let's be nourished today. I'm going to invite Khadijah. And Khadijah, we've missed you so much, and we're so happy to see you and to have your presence here today. Every day of the 7 days, we're introducing you to a different host that's in the community, in the Coherence Cafe, that are offering something to the community weekly or monthly. And so you're getting to know who's in there. And Khadijah has been and will be offering meditations up to the community that are rich and beautiful. And we love you, Khadijah, and thanks for holding down the fort for the first 9 months of the connection field and offering so much love in its birthing. We love you.
Yeah. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Tatiana, for sharing that beautiful piece of music. And thank you to everyone who's here. I know that I'm pinned, but I would love if we could just stay on gallery view. And of course, if you want to put my thing up, you can put on speaker, but I have you all on gallery, and there's something so precious about really feeling like we're all in this room together, like we're all here together. So before I really go anywhere and talk about anything, I want to invite us all to get a piece of paper or a journal or something that you can write on. And so I'm going to just kind of be quiet for about 30 seconds to a minute, give you time to do that, and then we'll settle in.
I'm excited to see some new people today too. Lovely. How many of you, today's the first day of the 30 days that you've been able to come? Yeah, Ruth Ann. Yeah, welcome. And Charlie. Beautiful. Yeah, and Jaka. Love to have you guys. We've been putting the recordings in the connection field, so you have access to those. And we're really super glad that you came today. And Juliet, it's nice to see you again. Beautiful. All right, Connie J, back to you.
Thank you. So I have a couple of questions that I'm going to ask you in a minute, and we'll do a little bit of writing together and intention setting, you know. But first, I just want to speak a little bit about what's been on my heart. So, you know, Teresa mentioned I spent a really long time with the Islands of Coherence in the connection field. And then midway last year, I got a really big ping from the universe that I was going to be shifting my direction. And I didn't know how or what that meant. But I also heard that I had to take time and a period of solitude, time to go inward, time to really reflect and be real honest with myself. And so I did, and I'm still kind of in it. So I'm not going to share too much, but there's some really big changes coming to my life and moving forward with my business and what I'm doing. But last year, every year, I always set an intention. Like, you know, we have our New Year's resolutions and whatnot. And I try not to be like, oh, this is a resolution. This is more of an intention, something that I can genuinely uphold. I want something that actually I'm going to do all year long. Like, you know, something that really keeps me focused. And I've been able to successfully do that for about 3 years. And I make them real short. Sometimes it's one word. One year it was the year of abundance, and boy, did the universe show me how abundance is everywhere. It's always the universe likes to laugh at your intentions too. So don't get too serious with it. Just something that you feel is gonna be beneficial for you. But anyway, last year was my year of welcoming everything and truly seeing life as happening for me. And when I set that as my intention in the beginning of the year, I had no clue all that the universe was going to test me with. And I don't mean really test, like it wasn't like trying to test me, but I think I had to have that as my intention in order for me to be able to really overcome with grace the things that I had to experience last year. The things that my soul kind of pre-planned and co-created with the universe to elevate me to where I am today, to help me find my way to who I am today, to help me break my heart open even more, to where I can love even more, right? And with all of that, when I was reflecting on the past year, on New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day, I realized how important acceptance is in my life and has been and was this past year. And when I was sitting with what felt the most appropriate to speak on today with everyone in order to help us more deeply choose love, it was acceptance. Was how can we more deeply accept, and this is not the question I'm going to have you write about, but these are just some things that were in my heart of like, how can we more deeply accept where we are right now? Right now. Not where we were yesterday or tomorrow or what, but where we are right now. A lot of the time, if we aren't able to choose love or if our heart is closed off, it's often because we're living in the past, we're living in the perceived future, or we're worrying about some present moment circumstance. And we're not actually accepting something or someone. We're creating a story that maybe isn't even true, but we are making true. And so acceptance becomes integral. It becomes so fundamental in our ability to choose love, to open our hearts just a little bit more. I actually found, so last year, some of you may know, I went through a divorce and finalized a divorce. That had been ongoing for a little bit of time, but in October, I was blessed with the opportunity to attend my second Dr. Joe Dispenza event. And when I went to that event, I realized that going through that divorce had actually caused me to close my heart. a little bit, which was very strange for me. I'm a very open-hearted human being. I love love. I love love, you know, but I realized that I had closed off a part of my heart from fear, from perceptions, from ideas about who my husband was, you know, yada, yada, fill in the blanks, however you want to go about it. I'd closed my heart. But it was ultimately because I wasn't accepting the truth of where I was in that moment, of what I needed, of what who he was, of what he could actually provide for me, of what we could do together, right? He's a beautiful human being, but sometimes that doesn't mean that you're meant to spend forever with someone. But I realized I had to accept where I was. And I had to accept the fact that I had closed my heart. I had to actually accept that. I had to say, whoa, you've got some work to do to break that back open. I had to recognize that that's where I was. Because I couldn't even begin to open my heart again if I was actually walking through life thinking my heart was open when really I was closing it off to certain things. And so we have to start taking a real honest look at our life. We have to be honest with ourselves. It's really easy for us to, especially in this world, like, okay, let me just, before I go there, how many of you believe you create your reality? Just raise your hand. Or how many of you believe you have some role in creating your reality? Right, so we believe a lot of, yeah, okay. And how many of you think that your thoughts have something to do with that creation of your reality? Right. Okay, great. So it's really easy for us as creators of our own reality to not want to accept something that we are currently experiencing and doing because we want to keep our minds straight and we want to be right on track with what we're creating, that we don't want to create something else by default or on accident or, because we're thinking the wrong thing. But the thing is, if we have a big old, like it's like the elephant in the room, that we aren't accepting that there's an elephant in our room, we're still actually integrating that into our creation of reality because vibrationally, we're still attached to it. So we have to accept it as it is to truly be able to let it go, to truly be able to open our heart, and to truly be able to say what we really want to create with conviction. Right? I mean, I could be sitting there last year as an example with my heart being closed from what I'd been through, from my pain that I was experiencing. And I could be sitting there going, I've got an open heart. I'm filled with love. I'm vibrating at a high frequency. And none of that could be true because my emotions are off, they're off somewhere else. My vibration is off somewhere else. And so we have to be very honest with ourselves. And so I got two questions for you today. And I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to put it in the chat so you have it. Tatiana has agreed to play some beautiful music for about 2 minutes, and you're just going to journal, free write, whatever comes out for you. And then I'll ask you another question. Tatiana will play some music. You'll free write for about 2 minutes, and then we'll come back. And then we're going to set 2 intentions from those responses. I'll guide you through this as we're going. I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what we're doing. And then after that, we're going to go into a meditation. And when we do that meditation, I want that to be an opportunity to allow more to come up. The meditation is actually going to be with no music because I think one of the best ways to practice acceptance is to meditate without music. It's really challenging when our minds want to go everywhere and hear every little thing, and it's easy to get. But if we can accept where we are, it can help us become more present. But while we're doing the meditation, I want that to bring you even deeper into what your responses are, to more deeply understand your own personal responses and honesty to these questions. So first, we're going to start with this first question, and I'm going to do it with you. I've been doing it, but I'm going to do it with you because every moment is a new opportunity. The first question is, what do I currently need to accept in order to be more at peace in my present life? I'm going to just clarify that really quick, and then Tatiana, you can play some music. But what are those things that you think about when you're not in this room with all of us? When you're just going about your day, what are those things that you are worrying about or fretting about or trying to push away? What are the anxieties of your mind? What are the things that are actually not serving you, that it would be easier to let go of? What do you need to accept so that you can lay it down and be present in your current experience of life? Okay, so let's just take the next 2 minutes to write. Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you, everyone. And the second question: what is one change I can make within or around me to help me more deeply open my heart and choose love more easily? What is one thing you can do differently? An inner or outer change. Go ahead, Tatiana. Thank you. Tatiana. So, our next piece of this is to look at both of those responses that you wrote for each of these questions and create an intention out of each one. So, an intention is always, I intend to accept life as it is right now. I mean, I don't know what that is for you, but whatever it might be. So, the next step is to actually create an intention. And this intention becomes your affirmation that you remind yourself until that next placeholder in your life. It doesn't have to be a whole year from now. It could be a month from now. And you could say, I've really accepted this. I've really made that change. And I can do this again. It could be a week, a day from now. It could be whenever. But let this intention keep bringing you back to what it is that you're accepting and choosing to change so that you can more deeply open your heart, so you can more easily choose love, and so you can truly be present in your life experience as it is right now. So go ahead and take 2 more minutes to write those intentions. And if we finish, then just keep kind of reminding yourself, repeating them to you, feeling them in your body. And ask Tatiana, you could play one last time for us before we go into our meditation. You're muted right now. Tatiana. Thank you, everyone, for engaging in that with me. We're going to go through a meditation now. So I'm just going to invite you to put the paper aside, the pen aside, and to bring with you your responses, your intention. Bring that with you, but also lay it down at the altar. As we enter into this meditation, we're going to move right into the heart. And we're not going to use any music, but I want you to just play with the sounds that are around you. As they rise and fall, let yourself not be bothered by them. Instead, just accept them as they are. If you haven't already, now is that perfect time to close your eyes. Gently beginning to shift your awareness inside. Allowing yourself to deepen and slow your breath. Inviting each inhale and exhale to be a little longer than you normally breathe. Feeling this breath as it moves through your body. Noticing where this breath chooses to go as you breathe. And taking a moment to simply check in with your body, your mind. Noticing how you're feeling. Noticing what thoughts might be moving through. With each deep breath, receiving the invitation to become more present in this precious present moment. If sounds arise in the background, simply let them just as they fall away. Bring yourself back to the breath. And then allowing your awareness to shift into your sacred heart space in the center of your chest. Bringing your breath and your focus of awareness into your heart. Breathing deeply, breathing slowly. Feeling the gentle beating of your heart. Not needing to be anywhere else but here. allowing yourself to feel the ever flowing, overflowing love of your heart as you breathe. Allow yourself to breathe this love in with each inhale, and breathe it out as you exhale. Allowing yourself to fully accept where you are as you're present with your breath, present in your heart. Allowing this energy of love to flow through you and all around you. Feeling how this energy is your natural state of being. If thoughts arise, simply notice them and let them melt away with the breath. Feeling back into the precious beating of your heart. Feeling back into the love that radiates within you and all around you. Can you let go a little more? Can you breathe a little deeper? Can you be more present to what is right now? mind wanders or becomes distracted, simply bring it back to your breath. Back to your heart, into this natural experience of love. And just simply take a moment to thank your heart, to thank your heart for all that it does for you each and every day. Taking 2 more deep, slow breaths to seal this practice. And then gently beginning to return your awareness to the room or physical space that holds you. Bringing gentle movements to the body, allowing yourself to move in whatever way you need to move. When you're ready, blinking your eyes open. And if you're on gallery view, maybe just sending a big smile and pulse of love to each and every person that you see here today, we're sharing space with today. And remembering how far this extends out beyond those that are here on this call. Thank you so much for having me today.
Mm. I really I really love the focus of today because we really can't choose love in any other place but the present moment. And we can't transform our lives in any place except for the present moment. And yeah, we can we it's all right here, right now, and acceptance. I'm gonna have Tatiana just play a song if she's available, just so that we can kind of stay in this space. And then we'll have a little chance for us. I want to make sure we close on time for those that only gave an hour. But then we'll take a little time. Maybe we'll hear some intentions from the community. And then I'll take you inside the connection field again. But let's just stay in this space together and send love to each other and the planet as Tatiana carries us with a song.
Yeah, so just letting these beautiful energies, this exquisite offering, just sink and settle into our being. And this song is really a song of letting go, sinking down, and just feeling, allowing yourself to feel really safe and held. And so we can just continue this beautiful opening into acceptance and safety and love. come down. You are safe now. To put your feet on the ground. I know you have fought many wars, but you can rest now like never before. Just give it over. Just give it over now. All that you carry, just give it over. Just give it over and come down, down, down. You are home now after the years, and you can rest in this love. Let go of your fears. I know you've wondered sometimes if you would survive. Well, look around you now. You're on the other side. Just give it over. Just give it over now. All that you carry, just give it over. Just give it over and come down, down, down. Come down to the ground and into my heart. I will hold you so safe and warm. Come down to the ground and into the heart of love. Come down to the ground and into the heart of love. Come down to the ground and into the heart of love. I feel the heart of love right here and now with all of you, pulsing this out into the field, this safety, this felt sense of connection, of acceptance, of warmth, of well-being, of nourishment, of kindness to self, love to self, love for each other, this earth, and just allowing ourselves to feel safety, to feel synchrony, coherence, right here and now in the heart of love. Maybe we can just breathe it out, and on the exhale, just let the exhale be long and send this rippling into the world. Our hearts beating
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. And let's gather all this love that we're sending out into the world, and let's gather, 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 and place it inside our own hearts to just nourish us, completely nourish our intentions, knowing that this field is here for us and that we're creating this field and that we can tap into it every moment that we're present and opening our hearts. I know I said at the beginning, I hope you're nourished today. Did you get nourished today? Oh my gosh. I got nourished today. Khadijah, thank you so much. Why don't you open your mic for a minute, and the same with Tatiana. And Manoj didn't make it today, so I'm so glad Tatiana was able to join us. And Khadijah will be offering a meditation every week in the Coherence Cafe, and she's got a ton of meditation resources and definitely a real thought leader in this space, Connie J, from a very embodied place and a very kind of like functional, I'm in it myself place. And you're a beautiful guide. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You.
So I'll send Connie J our love and appreciation.
Thank you, Teresa. And thank you, everyone. It's so beautiful to see everyone and just feel the love of this community. You know, I always feel everybody, you know, in the quantum. It doesn't matter whether we're here online or whatnot, but we're always connected. And we're always just one breath away, one thought away. So I hope that everybody, you know, continues to feel nourished throughout the next few days of this 7 days. And thank you, Teresa and Julie and everybody else who's taken part to make all of this possible for everyone to be here together today.
Thank you, Kai. And Tatiana, you're with us again tomorrow. And Tatiana is going to be offering a new offering in the Coherence Cafe. Hang on, let me just turn that off. And that one's going to be Oasis Women's Circle. And she'll be posting that next Thursday, I think is when the first one will start. And so there's beautiful offerings all the time in the Coherence Cafe, and we're adding new ones every day. Claire and I are going to be hosting some healing circles. That's going to be happening soon from HeartMath. And tomorrow's 7 days of rest is going to be with Scarlett. I think she's here, but I don't see her camera on. Scarlett from Unify is going to be joined with Tatiana, and it'll be another beautiful day. And then we'll have another friend who's going to help us with some self-inquiry like we started today. And then Julie Kroll will bring on the 6th day, and then Claire and HeartMath and I will round up on the 7th day. So I hope you'll keep joining us every day. Before I share my screen and show you the connection field for those of you that are kind of learning about it, I know yesterday I did, and everybody's like, oh, that looks easy. That looks fun. I'll do that. But I just wanted to give an opportunity for anybody that wants to share their intentions. There are some in the chat. Thank you for sharing yours, and Khadijah, that was such a powerful piece. And we're asking every day in the cafe and in places like setting our intentions, and it's so important to do that. And we'll actually invite it every single week for us to set intentions, because it's the small wins that create the big waves. And so the more that we can choose every week, like this week, I'm really going to do this, and it makes it easier for us to stay with it. But if you'd like to share your intention or anything just about your experience in the field today, I just want to open up a little bit to do that before I share my screen. You can just raise your little hand if you want, or I can call on people. Magic. Yeah, Andre, go ahead.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to put words with that intention. Thank you. I intend to fully accept when I act as if I don't matter, the feeling that rises then and feel them with care, feel them deeply. I intend to accept the responsibility of the choice I make. Thank you.
Mm. So nice to witness each other's choice. As each person is setting an intention in the field, we're all being benefited by that intention being actualized. So we bless you on that. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. I know I really thought about, I got told you guys yesterday that I had such a challenging time with my brother. And I noticed that there's sometimes where there's certain energies that feel like they're not in the present moment. They're kind of coming a little bit aggressive and they're not really listening, that I tend to pull away. And so I decided that with my intention, what I needed to do was slow down so that I could be present. Because the moment I start to pull away, I'm just resisting what is, and I'm not available anymore in the present moment. And my intention is to be present with every interaction, which means I have to slow down and really be with whoever I'm with and accept them just as they are, and then choose in that moment. So, yeah, thank you for witnessing that. Yeah. Yeah. Who else would like to share something?
I would like to share something.
Yes, go ahead, Gabriella.
Hi, to everyone. It was very nice this time, very nurturing for my soul and my heart. Um, the exercise were beautiful. And some of the things that I would like to do different is to be frustrated and feel defeated because of all things that are happening. I understood that when you just try to do something, the higher really, the higher will really challenge you. And I know what being challenged means. And it frustrates me and make me feel defeated. So my intention is really to let myself surround and be humble.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you, Gabriella.
Thank you to all of you because I can feel from Costa Rica all this wonderful love and feeling.
Great. Thank you. Welcome from Costa Rica. I loved yours, Khadijah, in the chat. I intend to accept life as it is right now, to be happy for no reason. I love that. And to take life less seriously. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Who else would like to share? It's powerful to have your intention witnessed. Really kind of like sinks it right in. Who else would like to do that? Marcy.
I'd love to share.
Okay, let's do you first and then we'll do Marcy next. Go ahead, Rodney.
I was to say that I was so excited today when I saw that Khadijah was going to be here. I've missed you so much. And my intention is to accept life as it is in every moment, knowing that I am divinely guided in every area of my life.
Thank you, Rodney. We love that. Thank you. Yeah, Marcy. Oh, Marcy, you just can unmute your line. Yeah.
Got it. Khadijah, it is wonderful to have you here. Missed you. And what you talked about with the wall around the heart that you experienced this last year, it's come to me as a big message from the universe or my soul that the wall that I put around my heart when I was very little, it's just time. I accept it and I understand it's there. But this year is really the time where that's going to be transformed, that I'm going deeper to understand it and release it and allow more love and joy and light, even than there has been. And so that would be my intention.
Beautiful. Thanks, Marcy. Thank you. Let's take a couple more. I have seen some beautiful ones in the chat. If you guys want to scroll, there's some, like, we'll bless all the ones that are in the chat, but let's see if there's anybody else that wants to be brave and just share it out loud. Yes, Chantal, is that how you say your name? Yeah.
Yes. I'm here since 3 days and I'm just melting. I just feel I cry, but it just goes by itself. I feel washed by all that energy. I'm so grateful for all of this and your presence. And I intend to accept my physical mobility challenges. And I intend to accept the help of others that I need in this condition right now. And I want to thank the meditation, Khadijah, I'm sorry for pronouncing your name, and Tatiana. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Chantel, we're right there with you, support you in that. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. I really feel that melting too, like here, day 3, we're really I'm starting to feel the field way bigger than anything. Yeah. Anybody else? I saw, George, you had your mic, you're unmuted. Did you want to share something?
Yes. When I was going through my first 2 questions, there were a bunch of little pieces, but they all coalesced into I fully embrace, and this is big, whatever shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. In the face of whatever we face. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, George. Thank you for doing that. Okay. I'm feeling you, Francoise. Do you want to share something? You're just like so bright on the screen and you couldn't unmute last time. Can you do it this time? Let's see. I know you had to work something out. There you go.
Do you hear me?
We can hear you. Beautiful.
I feel so blessed to be in your presence, all of you. Thank you from my heart.
Thank you, Francoise. We love you. Thank you for being here every day. All right. Well, you can keep putting your in the chat. I am going to share my screen just for a moment because I do want you to know how to play around in there. So even when we're not here together, there's ways to start to connect. And if you haven't joined the connection field, I did put the link in the chat and I'll do it again. You can do that. So I'm just going to share my screen for a minute, make sure I'm in the right place. There we go. Before I do that. Wow, I feel so blessed. I just feel so blessed right now. So here we are, we're inside the connection field, which in addition to being this virtual space that we're in, it's also a network that we can participate in. And the cafe is where the offerings that people like Khadijah and Tatiana and HeartMath and Julie and others are offering for free for everybody to join and to participate in keeping this focus. So you can see questions like, what does choosing love mean to you? Places where we can start to reflect and see what others are saying. You can see the replays for the 7 days of rest are here, right? There's questions that you can answer, like fill in the blanks. 2021 is the year I. So maybe the intention that you put can be added into this so that we can start to see those. And as I said, we're going to have every week on Monday, you're going to see a question that says, what's your intention this week? And I think the more that we actually pause and say, this week, I'm going to really focus on this, then we start to have those small wins that create the big waves of our life. And I know some of you played this, you responded to this question in the connection field, it's in the cafe, around how often do you feel like you do choose love right now? And look, we're at 60% was my vote. And the average in the community is 60%. I know the question next week is going to be, honestly, when it's really hard to choose love, how often are you choosing it? Right. And the more, as Khadijah said, that we can be honest and we can start where we are, not some inflated idea about where we are, then we can actually really get down to it and we can start to be in practice. So there's things like this happening in the cafe. And then, of course, there's in the community feed new members. We had 50 new members sign up since 2 days ago. And so you'll see there's all of these new people that are coming in that are part of us playing together in this field. And I'll show you how you can like connect in with members. I can scroll down here and here's all the new members. I can push on them. I see 25 new members. See if it will let me do that. I'm going to go right there. And so you can see all the new members that have joined. And I just want to say for new members, notice how nice it is if there's actually a picture in there. And I know sometimes we kind of jump on and we get ourselves signed up, but we don't quite get our picture in yet or start to fill out our profile. Those are two things that are going to help you to connect with more members by just taking that simple step to do it. And it's really easy to do that. And besides the cafe events, there's also other events, like there's an abundance thing. That's interesting, Khadijah, that you were saying last year was abundance. So we have other partners that are offering things in the cafe events. So there's just a few simple little spaces that you can kind of come and hang out, and you can see that there's activities, there's focus that's really about staying on purpose, with putting this purpose first of creating a heart-centered life and becoming an island of coherence together. So come in and play in the spaces. And yeah, every day we'll do a little bit more for us to be able to learn about how to participate together and stay connected. I would say if you go in there today and you haven't put a picture in, put a picture in. But what if you commented on one thing in there? Or what if you went and looked at the members that are near you and you saw who was maybe living close by to you and you just said, hello, I'm really excited that we're both in the connection field together. Like just something brave that takes you from intending to connect with a community of people, but actually start to make an action that's aligned with your intention. And that's a really good way to start to feel the field coming alive for you. So we have a couple more minutes. So I just want to open up if anybody just says, I want to put my intention in with my voice before we go. Jocko, it's nice to have you on today on day 3. I hope you go back and connect in with the other days and you'll keep joining us. Lovely to see you there. And Jeannie, nice to have you back again. Always nice to see you. Holly, I saw you signed up yesterday. Great after being on the call. Lovely to have you in the connection field. Yeah, beautiful.
Teresa, I'd like to say something.
Yes, please do, Grace.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, everyone. Between the past 2 days, we've had 15 more love beacons out in the world. So thank you all. I know. So we're up to 407. So if you want to be a love beacon, just get on the globallovewave.com and just share love out in the world. It's very simple.
Why don't you put that link in the chat for anybody?
Okay, will do.
Globalwave.com. Yes, all right. So we'll see everybody tomorrow, same time at noon. Thank you again, Khadijah. Thank you for being with us, and I'm so excited to have your presence back. We have missed you a little bit. Yeah. All right. Blessings to everyone. Take this out into the world today, your good energy and your present moment awareness. Bye-bye. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.